Good morning. You're in Ruth's craft room and you want to make a small miniature journal. Here's step one. You need 3 things. I prefer a box that is white inside. Just my preference. It can be brown, but any kind of box you have will work. Today I'm working with a butter box. A glue stick, and I really like this. I don't know if it's Uhu, Yoo-hoo, or however you pronounce it, but I like it. There's a couple others I like, but today we're using this, and a pair of scissors. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of all these extra flaps. And I have to apologize, I suppose, for not using the overhead camera, but I'm not in my studio today, so I don't have my tripod. So I'm going to try and keep this in the camera frame. Alright, so I didn't want to do this part off camera. I could have, but I just really want you to see how quick and easy it is to start a mini journal. And this box could be any size. Okay, I saved those because I might use them. Now, what you want to do is find the seam where the box is actually glued together and very carefully pry it apart. Sliding your thumb under it helps. Okay, now we have it open. What we can use this for is to shrink the spine of the book. So you want to keep track of where this fold is. Okay, and don't cut them off. So think of this, where it was glued, as the spine. This would be the front, this would be the back. This panel is unnecessary. So we're going to cut this panel off. You do kind of have to pay attention so that you don't cut the wrong things off. And this makes more sense when it's on a rectangular box, but we can still do this. Okay, so now we have a book, basically, with a very wide spine. So I want to shrink this spine just a little bit bigger than this flap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it back together, and I'm going to, I could draw a line, but then I would need a 4th tool, and I just don't want to have to get one. So I'm going to make it just a little bit wider, probably about twice as wide in this case. Yeah, that's not bad. I could make it a little smaller. There we go. And what we're going to do is glue it back together exactly where it was. I am going to go just a smidge more because I can feel it sticking out. Okay. So now I'm going to take the glue and I'm going to put it on the inside. This is the one I was cutting off of. So I'm going to put it on the inside of that small flap, liberally. Take the flap that was glued and put it right down on top of it. Press it really hard. If you have a roller, a brayer, those are really good for getting tiny little air bubbles out. It is not mandatory, but I just find that I like to do it. There. Okay, now I'm noticing that there's a little bit of unevenness here because I didn't cut it real straight. So you're going to set this aside to dry, and that is step 1. You now have a miniature outer cover for a book. And if you want to know the next step, you'll have to tune back in for the next video. Thanks for watching.